Hello and welcome to Brew Tap Cast. I am Tap here for the Tuesday night stream for Brew Tap Cast. Sorry about that double transition; it was a little bit odd. I'm having a lot of technical difficulties tonight, so I apologize for being late and apologize for the potentially glitchy, awkward things that are going to be happening tonight. We made some changes to the setup. I was traveling and I actually brought my webcam with me to try to play while I was gone. Didn't get a chance to, but I think it's a little upset having had to go on a plane. So it is a little bit screwy, let's say that. So yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a. Hopefully that'll actually hold out for the match we have against Josh from Open Armory. We're hoping that happens. It is the last of the Creators of Aria Tournament rounds that will be happening, and hopefully it'll be a fun match. I actually don't know what hero they are on. We are on our Briar deck still. It's a kind of lightning-leaning Briar deck. Not super amazingly powerful, but, good enough. Serves a purpose. Has some good arcane damage, that sort of thing. If you're following along with that series, then we are now 2-2, I believe. We were the clincher for the 5th round, depending on the the horrible loss I sustained against Findale's Library. We would have stopped the final round because we would have knocked the other undefeated person off of that pedestal. We made a lot of, or actually, it was really only one major play error, and then after that, I'm not really sure if anything we did actually mattered all that much. But we lost tempo very early on in the game with some very poor blocks and not coming out of the gate hot. We should have just pushed hard. I know that in Limited you don't have a lot of cards and you can go to fatigue, but ultimately this match we knew was going to go pretty fast. It was Briar against Briar, so I probably should have pushed hard at the gates. I had a pretty strong turn if I wanted to. I pitched a red Earthlore Surge that could have really pushed in for a fair amount of damage with some other cards we had in our hand. Also, apologize if you hear some crickets in the background. There is a cage of crickets not too far from me. So if you hear that, that's why I'm not outside, although that would be nice. Yeah, that's the plan for today's evening, is to try to get that match going, have fun with that, finish up that event, and try to at least get our 3rd win, so don't feel too bad in that regard. Beyond that, we're going to be bringing on Josh in a little bit. We're just sort of waiting, giving him a little bit extra time to get stuff ready. I want to talk about the past couple. I don't actually have any graphics ready for this. It was a little bit unfortunate. I didn't get anything ready with all those technical difficulties, but we want to talk about the last couple weekends of Fab. So we've had some nationals, we had some callings, some interesting events going on, yeah. So it's very neat. So we had the UK Nationals being won, the constructed portion with a Lightning Briar going undefeated in the entire time, and a lot of people. There was some controversy there, which has since been put to bed. Again, in whatever way, shape, or form that you see fit, it has been done. Maybe you agree with that way they did that. Maybe you don't. I really don't have much of an opinion at this point. I'm not going to worry too much. I mean, ultimately, you shouldn't be cheating, and you shouldn't allow cheating. That's all I'm going to say about that. Beyond that, the Lightning Briar deck that won was... I actually don't know how dissimilar. I haven't managed to look at the deck list. Yes, I know they are up. I didn't look at them. So the US Nationals, UK Nationals, both are now championed by Lightning Briars with loads of Ball Lightnings, loads of Plunder Runs, and other Arcanic Shockwaves. All these zero-cost cards that can do arcane damage. So essentially multiple instances of damage to that. Or adding on to the multiple instances of damage that you will be getting through, whether it be arcane damage or something like that, added on to these other cards. Electrifies, those sorts of things. So ultimately, it was a pretty exciting top 8. So I think it was almost all Runeblades, and I think it was all Runeblades and Alexi. It was Chains, Briars, and Lexi, and I don't remember if there's anything else. And actually, the only non-Runeblade against Runeblade match was the Runeblade Briar vs Lexi, which ended up being pretty exciting because it was a little bit unexpected. That was definitely the Lexi deck was definitely thought to be the favored deck. In that, and there were some really wicked turns they had with 3 of a Kind, drawing a whole bunch of cards, and at a critical juncture, they whiffed on their 3 of a Kind. They ended up drawing up, I think it was either 4 or 5 cards, and they had nothing. They just had buffs. They didn't have any arrows to dominate in, which they could have, they drew any arrow, it probably would have pushed the tempo of the game to either keep them in that or to win out. Now I can't remember the exact sort of details of that match, but it was very exciting. I also don't remember who it was playing, but it was a spectacular match where we thought, again, going into it, I was of the mind that, all right, cool, Frostbite Briar's going to be able to push a lot of damage downstream and get some Frostbite tokens on the Briar, which is really going to, knock out that Lightning Briar deck, which, again, is all like red line, zero cost attacks, things like that, and then arcane bits and baubles. So you kind of expected that's cool. Like, well, if it has to pitch for some resources outside of like Grasp of the Arknight and Rosetta Thorn, it's going to have some trouble, and it did. It struggled. It definitely wasn't as fearsome as it could have been, and also as we had saw in other particular matches as well. But it did not take the cake. Ended up taking a loss to the Briar deck based on that poor draw on the three of a kind, the third three of a kind turn. So I guess you can't always have all the luck as a Briar player when you're playing with cards. Sorry, as a Lexi player. But I think the top 8, like the first round of the top 8 that I was able to see. I didn't get able to see all of it. The rest, I believe, was just Chains and Briars. I can't remember exactly what happened. But there were some pretty nice matches up there in the high end. And what I found very interesting, so the finals was down to the same 2 people that were in the finals of, I believe it was Dallas. Now I'm having trouble remembering who it was, but it was a previous calling champion, and then Tariq Patel, I think is his name, who was the runner up to that one that the other person won. So it was essentially a rematch, which was really cool as like a story and that sort of stuff. And there's a lot of talk about that in the stream about building these heroes, these players into really great stories. And I get that. It's really a lot of fun, and it was a pretty exciting sort of thing there. So that was really cool. And Tariq ended up taking the cake with a lovely Briar deck again. So really exciting matches. I know that Matt Rodgers even casted some of those. So if you haven't actually watched that, go ahead and watch that. It's on Twitch for CFB. That was actually quite a fun set of matches. And then Oldham ended up winning the constructed the calling itself, not the nationals, which was also cool. So again, I was pretty excited that we had new versions of, or new heroes from Tales of Aria actually winning these things. I mean, yes, a lot of people are upset with the pressure that we're seeing from Briar of being this brutal hero that is just taking over everything. But ultimately, what at least my experience, again, coming from Magic, was always that early in formats, aggressive decks are always sort of able to capitalize on the new format, and where control decks or even mid-range decks can't find their line just yet. And that's a problem for them, because if you haven't built your control deck the proper way, then a lot of times it just doesn't function the way you want. You're drawing cards that aren't necessarily great in certain turns and things like that. So if the red deck just comes out of the gate with enough just to throw firepower down the line at your opponent, at least in Magic, that's what dominates the early parts of the format, unless people have had huge amounts of time to play with the spoilers and the cards that I haven't actually dropped yet. So ultimately, that's maybe what we're seeing here. Maybe there will be some more tweaking and control decks coming forward soon enough that will end up taking the cake for the format, and then, or at least have a little bit more of a back and forth than just a cool Briar is just sort of dominating, because I don't think Briar can sustain all of it, because it will warp a little bit of the meta around it, I think, initially, and anyways. I'm not entirely sure what else will come, but I do think Frostbite will help to limit that deck, because of how zero cost the Cheerios, as they call them, the deck is. It will probably not be able to hold against all of the slowdown potential that we have in the set. But you know what? Who knows? We could be wrong about that entirely. So ultimately, I think it was an exciting weekend. I have no idea what happened to the other nationals. I didn't end up having the time to take a gander at those. I was doing a bunch of painting and stuff this weekend, so I didn't really get around to doing that. It was not necessarily the focus I would have liked to have put on there, but it was an exciting weekend anyways. I got to watch part of the day 2 at least anyways. And yeah, there was some. I know they followed Tyler Horsebull, who was again he was the Vegas winner, and he was also in the top 8 draft. He ended up drafting on camera, and then they ended up showing that up. He did not win, obviously, but that was also a very cool story to follow. And I actually thought it was kind of funny because previous high end drafts that we'd seen, we saw Breyer getting forced. It seemed because there was essentially like 5 Breyers in some of these drafts, and then they ended up just cutting each other out, and then you'd have these Lexi and Oldham decks that were totally getting powered up and powered like just like charged up and ready to blow the pants off the Breyers. And we didn't see that this time. We actually saw a nice balance. So I think it was the top 8 draft that I saw. There were 3 Breyers, 3 Breyers, and then 3 Oldhams, and then 2 Lexis, or it was 3 Lexis and 2 Oldhams. But it was really it was not tilted so heavily in the favor for Breyer, which was actually kind of no, sorry, there was only 2 Breyers. That was why it was so surprising, is that people just aren't forcing Breyer anymore on the draft, which just makes it even more powerful. Because then, like because Oldham, if you as we saw with Young Vo, I believe he was the Dallas winner. Yeah, the person who won Cincinnati was the one who was up against Tariq, because he was the one who was doing that one. But the person who won Dallas found that Oldham was really a way to combat Breyer very well, and you can fatigue them out, and it's not an easy match, but it's definitely doable. Hold on, I'm just talking with Josh real quick. So in any case, that was exciting to see that happen, and then we see this shift in the meta of what people are maybe they're just drafting their seat now. Or they know that, hey, you know what? Oldham has the ability to do it. Maybe they're assuming the rest of the people at the table are forcing Breyer or something like that. So ultimately, it was nice to see how that had changed from prior times. Personally, when I had drafted, I only drafted once, and it was very clear that most people were trying to force Breyer. And I do wonder if that is starting to shift, and people are just understanding that no, it's not an insta win. It doesn't mean you're always just going to win by playing Breyer. So that was a cool sort of thing to see, through time as the meta evolves, that sort of stuff. So I don't think this is a solid format. I don't think the constructed format is solid either. I honestly have no idea what's going on in Blitz right now. I'm kind of excited to. Some of the videos we're going to be making soon are the Blitz decks. I had them around somewhere. I think. We still haven't played the last one. I don't know where the boxes are. We haven't played the last one. We have a Lexi one that we'll be going to battle with soon. Hopefully maybe next week we'll be able to crack this bad Larry and get some games in with some fellow creators, and then get to see what happens with that. And then we're going to start upgrading those. It's been a while. I meant to get around to it earlier, but it's been kind of busy with other stuff and all that kind of stuff. And it's been other videos to make and other exciting things to do. So that's sort of the plan for the future of the stream as well. We're going to be seeing next week anyways. That's the plan. But yeah, so I think we'll shortly be able to hop into... I'm going to have to sort of tweak the screen a little bit. Again, technical difficulties. And we also have a new format of sort of what it's going to look like for the stream as well for... the 2 players, the 1-versus-1 matchup. We have a new little cam thing for that, which I guess I could probably start messing around here like that, but nah, that's not gonna matter. But we have it prepped somewhat, so we'll have to slide off and get Josh all tuned up and do a quick little sound check and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just figured we talk about those. So I don't know what happened with the other nationals. I assume that they were not super shocking. I actually haven't tapped into the other Discord, the major Discord, to see what people are thinking and a digest of that. And I forgot to check the main website to see what they were saying about it. But I know that they were a lot of fun. I know that we did have some people casting the French one sort of on their YouTube page, which was actually really cool, sort of round by round analysis, that kind of stuff, which is very exciting there. But yeah, I did not get to check in with those things. So hopefully get that soon enough. But I hope it was an exciting set of times. And I hope anyone who's able to get out to see those or play in those events, or at least see those matches, it was a good time. And I know the side events are a lot of fun too, so I'm hoping that they have a calling or something up here in the Northeast for me, closer to me. Traveling down to Orlando was a little bit of a drive / fly. Definitely don't drive down there. It could be quite a fly. Sometimes you can get cheap tickets to like $31 a round trip, and other times you can't. But it was also just not a good time for that. So hopefully, as the spring comes around, we maybe see that new I think people are calling it Tusible of War, the second supplementary set, as that guy comes out and gets to rear its head, and that changes the meta. And hopefully, a lot of people are thinking that this might react and help fix this meta that's dominated by Runeblade / Briar. Because actually, we didn't even talk about the other contender, which was Chain. Still had just a great time rocking the boat there and playing that. And actually, I one of the other things I wanted to mention was during these matches, what I found was very interesting is it all came down to turning off the Arcanized Skullcap. So only there was no none of the Rune Blades were playing more than a single piece of Arcane Barrier, and it was only in place. It was only the Arcanized Skullcap. So what ended up sort of happening was it was coming down to these last points of life, and you'd see the opponents basically trying to take a certain amount of damage so that they could keep their helm active to prevent Arcane in the future turn. And what ended up happening a lot of the way, I didn't see all the matches, but a lot of the matches ended with a 1-to-1, and then Arcane just going boop, poking through when you don't have your skull cap turned on because you don't have less life than your opponent. So it's very critical to watch your life total, and obviously, that's important, right? Keep your life, make sure you're paying attention to your life total. But ultimately, it actually helped to have an edge of being a lower amount of life, and so if you could stagger it to have sort of you finish out with your opponent on equal life, maybe you have your chain you're playing, you have blood debt cards like you're playing Carrion Husk, and that's gonna, you can control how much damage you're taking in your own turn. So you can look forward a couple turns. All right, cool. I got to block out X amount of damage. I'll take a couple for arcane barrier, or sorry, arcane damage, and then go from there. And that's kind of really neat. To another way that you have to think about how you play this game is based on how much damage you're willing to take and how that affects your armor, in this case Arcanite Skullcap. So that was actually a really interesting way, because people just, I know how it feels in limited too. You're like, cool, like that Rosetta Thorn's coming in, right? It's gonna sling out 2 arcane damage. I mean, I just can't. I'm looking around. You can't do anything about it, and it's super brutal to feel that way and constructed even. So that maybe that will change things in the future of how many arcane barrier pieces of equipment people are packing. But you never know. I mean, there isn't a lot from this particular set, so we have Heart of Ice, which is going to be played by pretty much anything. I guess that would be useful for Oldhim, I guess. So, but yeah, so that was just very interesting. So, all right, so I think Josh is ready to go. So we're going to go to a wee break. I got to figure out how to do that. I think it's this screen right here. So we're going to be right back. Actually, I guess we can just throw this screen. Yeah, so we'll be back shortly. I just got to get him patched all up and in, and then we'll be back with the live Creators of Aria Tournament final round. So please stick with us. We will be right back. All right, and we are back. We have everything looking good here. We have Josh from Open Armory here for some fun action. So
Oh yeah.
let's say hi to him, and yeah, so we can go ahead and kick things off. We can roll some d6 for who gets to go first, and then go from there. I got myself a 7.
Got a 3, so
All right.
it is on you.
I'm gonna go ahead and be on the play. I'm gonna give this a little bit more of a shuffle because I didn't shuffle it all that much. And this is the final round, so hopefully it's in a nice crescendo to the 5-round excitement that was this tournament, which I actually had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing this every set because I actually really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a blast. I'm glad we could get this round in because
with
nationals and everything, I thought we might have missed out. So
yeah, no, I don't think anyone actually. I don't know if anyone played their rounds because I haven't heard anything. So I'm glad that we didn't get like, hey guys, let's finish up your match, all that kind of stuff. But no, we're pretty good. So awesome. All right, well, I am ready. Any particular kind of cut that you would like to see?
just down the middle is fine.
All right, perfect. That's good
Let
for
me
me
do
as
this
well.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and then I will go ahead and draw 4 cards and wish you the best of luck.
Same to you, man.
All righty, let's see what we can do for our first turn. Well, interesting. Kind of a little bit of a crappy hand, but that's all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and start off with a Singeing Steel Blade blue, and what are we gonna pitch for that? We're gonna pitch a Rejuvenate red for that. So this is the blue one. So this is a Singeing Steel Blade. It comes in for 2 damage, but when you attack with it, it throws 1 arcane down the way. So Arcane's going to go ahead and come in first.
Yeah, we're going to take that arcane.
Cool. So that brings you to 19. I'm going to go ahead and get Embodiment of Earth for that. And then, so then coming in for 2 after that. 2 cards in hand, nothing floating.
We're going to block 2.
All right, that's going to be fully blocked. And that was a pretty lackluster turn, but that's all I had. So I'm going to go ahead and arsenal a card and pass on over to you and draw back up.
I'll draw 1.
Cool. All right, up to 4 and over to you. See, this would have been a better thing to have.
Let's see. We're going to play a yellow strength Sequoia.
Sounds good. All right, so that's gonna any fusion on that bad boy?
No fusion. Unfortunately, I had to pay for it.
Okay. All right, so that is just going to be the +2 next turn, right? And no seismic surge.
Correct.
All right, cool.
And sadly, I am going to arsenal.
Alrighty. Hey, I'm feeling that right now too. I have some awkward draws right here. We're gonna try to make the best of this.
Oh, we're getting them out of the way now.
Yeah, I only hope that that's the case.
I'll draw 3.
Alrighty. So here is what. Oh, actually, yeah, I totally just whiffed on reading my cards too. So this is gonna be also another turn that is not very exciting, but we're gonna try to make it work. So let's see if I can sequence this correctly. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come in with a blue Bramble Spark. Unfortunately, again, no fusion on my part. So this is just going to add the single arcane damage onto my next attack. Also, this guy's all popped up, so he's gone. Also, apologize for the chiming here in the background. There's my dog itching herself. So
no sweat. I was guessing cat collar, but
yeah, no, that is a nice dog collar. She's over on the couch over there, licking and scratching. So, so there's my first non-attack action. So can I make this work? If I go like that, and then that, no, that's not going to work. So this is kind of lame, but Actually, there's no reason to do that. So this is just going to be a single lame situation. All right, cool. So we're going to come in then with a red Entwine Earth, and we're going to pitch a yellow Invigorate for that. So again, no fusion. It's going to have 1 Arcane coming in, and it just comes in for 6. So it's not like it's nothing, but at the same time, it's not very exciting. So 1 Arcane and 6 total damage coming in.
All right, I'll take the Arcane. Go to 18.
Cool. That will get an embodiment, and then I will say now there is 6 damage coming at you. Physical, 1 card in hand, 1 in arsenal. Nothing floating.
We're going to play Blitz and say no blocks.
Ooh, okay. All right, that's going to hit for 6. That'll bring me up another embodiment, and that'll bring down a 12 if I'm correct.
That is correct.
Wow, you must have a very nice hand. All right, that'll be my turn. I will go ahead and put this underneath and draw 3 up to 4 and hope that I don't get smashed this turn. So over to you.
Strength will pop. My next attack action card will get +2.
Seems good, seems good.
And we will play a red glacial from Arsenal.
Oh, no.
Pitching 2 blues and fusing it for dominate. Coming in for 12 dominate.
Oh, jeez. All right, well, that is a turn.
Hopefully justifies my life lost.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I obviously is not much I can really do here. I could block for 4 to 5 with a non-attack here, but I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna say no blocks. Any reactions on your end?
No reactions.
So then we're gonna go ahead and throw out a red Sigil of Suffering for our defense. So it's gonna shoot 1 Arcane at you. I assume you can't do anything about that.
I cannot.
So that'll bring you 11. That will trigger the Sigil of Suffering going up to 4 defense. So that's going to block 4 of the 12, but I'm going to get slapped pretty hard for 8, and I'm going to go down to 12 as well. Or I guess we were at 12, so pretty much ties up the game, and that was a good hit. I mean, I'm not happy that I couldn't really block with all that kind of much stuff, but at the same time, that was pretty brutal. So
that's not bad. You save some ammunition for next turn.
Yeah. So
then I'm going to Arsenal and draw 3.
Alrighty, so I am left on 3 cards here. What could I do? I could go like this and this. This is just kind of hanging, right? Oh, this guy pops. Sorry about that. I always forget about that. This guy is nothing really right now. Yeah, so we're going to start off with an Earthlore Surge red. We're going to pitch a blue Veloflash for that. That's going to leave us 1 resource floating. So that's just going to say the next attack card I play this turn gains +5. And then go again. And then we're going to come in with a yellow Veloflash. No fusing here. It is just a 4 damage +5. So coming in for 9. Nothing floating, 1 card in Arsenal, and that is all. So trying to push back pretty hard.
No cards in hand, you said, right?
No cards in hand, just the Arsenal card and nothing floating. So not much I can really do here. Well, I mean, I guess it could be something crazy, but also, hey, what's going on, Mr. Dig Dug? Glad you could drop by and watch the stream.
We're gonna block here.
Okay, so there's 1. So we have 8 coming through still.
Any reactions?
No, not in my end.
We're gonna play a yellow turn timber from Arsenal.
Okay.
And let's see. We will we're gonna get funny here. So it's 5, 6. I need to pay for it. Pay for it, and I will fuse Autumn's Touch. So it's gonna block 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right, so that means 1 measly damage will pop through. That will give me an embodiment, so I'm not upset with that. But we did sink. What that was as you fused with an Autumn's Touch, you just pitched 1 and used 1, so we got 2 cards left in hand. Or that was from Arsenal actually, Sue. So
yeah, so I have 3.
So 3 cards. All right, so you still got a good turn. I'm gonna go ahead and toss this on the bottom, and then draw up to 4 and pass on to you.
I think we're just going to come in with a red icy encounter for 6. On hit, create a frostbite.
On hit, create a frostbite. All right, let's see if I can make my turn work if I don't block and go crazy. So this can pay for that. And then this would be left over. I think we're just gonna. You got one card in hand, right? That's it.
One in hand.
One in hand. All right. I think we're gonna just say the same thing you are doing and say, yeah, we're gonna play blitz and say no blocks. We're gonna move to reactions. Anything from you? Me taking 6?
Yeah. I'll pop Ragamuffin.
Okay.
And I'll draw a card and then put a card from my hand on top or bottom of my deck.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, is this like before damage or after damage? I just want to make sure I'm not...
doing my reactions.
Okay, all right. So I will wait to get the frostbite and take any damage then.
I was hoping for something silly I didn't have.
Okay. Back on top. Okay. Okay, that's a little scary, but it's fine. All right, so that's going to come through. I'm going to go to 6, and I will go ahead and give myself a nice frostbite token.
All right.
And then
I will arsenal and draw 4.
All right. Hopefully my math was correct, and I can do all the things I want to do. And I'm thinking I do. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play a yellow Stir the Wildwood. We're going to pitch a blue for that. So it costs 2 plus 1. So there's your 3 for that. So Frostbite will go ahead and pop out of here. And then I'm also going to show you this Sow Earth. So this is going to get fused. It's only one of the 2 fusions. So there's no arcane damage. Or sorry, not fusions. It's just fused. So it's coming for 6. I'm going to go ahead.
You forgot to play the good card before that.
Yep. Yeah. Sorry about that. No. Well, unfortunately, it's not the good card. It's just another card that I was going to do. So I meant to actually start off with a red Weave Lightning pitching that blue Sow Tomorrow. So that will cost 1. So I will have 2 floating. So this is saying it's okay. Really, I just need that go again. That's what I'm going for. And I also now totally see the error of my ways. But I'm going to make this work anyways. So then, after pay for the Frostbite, so we got 2 floating, then we'll come in with the Stir the Wildwood, and we'll go ahead and fuse that with the other Sow Tomorrow. So this guy is going to come in for 2 from the fusion to up to 6 plus 3, and it does have go again. So it'll be 3 plus 2 plus 4, which, if my math is correct, is 10. So that's not right. That's 5 plus 4. That's 9. I can math really good right now. So
hey, math is a thing, and we will all get there.
Absolutely. All right. So 6 base plus 3 with go again. So coming in for 9 right now. 1 card in hand, no resources floating, 1 card in arsenal, and you know it's actually a red Sow Tomorrow. So you do know that.
We'll go ahead and block 9.
Wow, blocking out the whole thing. Now, you're at 10. We could poke through some damage with a Mark of Lightning, but is that really going to be something that matters? It only gives us a buff for the next turn. Cool. We're going to say that's fully blocked. So full block there, and then I have go again. So we will go ahead and pitch that red Sow Tomorrow to swing with a Rosetta Thorn. We did play non-attack and attacks. This is going to come in for 2 arcane and 2 physical.
I'll take 4 here.
All right, taking 4, going to 6. That is not going to give me any embodiments because it is not an action card. It's just a weapon. So that will be my turn. I will pass it on over to you and drop to 4. So you got 1 in our arsenal and 1 in hand, right?
And I'll go ahead and play Snow Under from Arsenal, pitching Blue Bottom's Touch, coming in for 6, no fusion.
Okay, coming in for 6 damage. That is lethal by my count here. And man, that's quite a big smack back there. All right, so what can I do here? We got this guy in Arsenal, which isn't doing all that much. Hmm. Yikes. Okay. Well, we can probably block with that guy. I need to save this. That might be all that we do. You're at 6. That's not hugely awesome. Didn't really give any attacks there. So if we instead we just block with, say, these two. Yeah. All right. We're gonna block for 3 with this Arcanic Shockwave, and then I think we're just gonna try to make sure we don't die here. And oh, sheesh.
Yeah, Blitz gets real awkward real quick. I'm looking forward to the new scrimmage season.
Yeah. No. Me too. Me too. I'm trying to get into a draft locally, so hopefully that'll work out. All right, we're just gonna block for 3. We're gonna be risky, and we're gonna move to take 3 damage.
No reactions.
All right, I will take 3, go down 3. Unfortunately, my crackback isn't going to be very, destructive, which is a little bit unfortunate. But we're just trying to push the damage where we can. All right, so from Arsenal, if you are ready, good sir.
I am ready.
All right, from Arsenal, we're going to go ahead and just come in with an Inspire Lightning, and we're going to show you this Electrify. So this is the yellow one, so this is going to go ahead and just shoot you for 2. Not a whole lot going on here. Oh, I do have to pay for that, by the way. Let me go ahead and pitch a yellow Bramble Spark. Sorry about that. Yeah, so just going to be coming in for 2 Arcane.
Not a whole lot I can do about it, so I'm going to take it.
All right, that's going to bring you to 4, and that will give me an embodiment. And unfortunately that's all I can do. So I'm going to Arsenal this. Yeah.
You get embodiments for non-attack action cards?
Hold on. No, you don't. That is a lie. That is a big fat lie. I was like, that sounds right. Yeah, sure. It's an elemental card. No, that does not happen. All right, so that is all I got. So that will go. I will Arsenal that, and I will draw back up to 4 and pass over to you.
What can we do? Weird. It's like some kind of mathematician made this game.
I know, right?
Hmm.
This one's for all the cookies.
It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You're at 3.
Yep, 3 to 4. 4 cards in hand, 1 in Arsenal. So
I need to do more than I can do.
That's I mean, if you look at it that way, yes. But
I think your best bet is to go for breakpoints.
It seems good.
We're going to come in for 5 with a blue Autumn's Touch, pitching a blue Emerging Avalanche, 2 in hand.
All right, 2 in hand. Coming in for 5, you said, right?
5.
5 damage. Well, we're gonna go ahead and block for 4 here.
Block pretty quick, so that makes me think you have some arcane damage.
I mean, or
ready to go.
Or I could. Well, you know what? You'll see. I'm not worried about it. You're gonna see.
So you're blocking for 4 there, huh?
Yeah, blocking for 4.
Block's good.
Okay. All right. We'll take 1. I will go 2.
Right. I was a Rune Blade, you'd be worried.
Yes, I would be very worried.
I'm going to Arsenal and draw 3.
Alrighty. All right, so the second verse, same as the first, from Arsenal, we'll go ahead and play another Yellow Inspired Lightning, and we're going to, well, either way you're going to see it. We're going to pitch an Amulet of Lightning. It's going to float 2. We're going to fuse with a Lightning Press blue. So that'll be shooting in for 2 arcane. So as you see, Amulet and Lightning Press don't actually block for anything. So I could not have blocked for any more. So it was not not
very
like
good poker face, though.
Yeah, no, that's
you're like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
which you did.
Yeah.
So 2 arcane, I can do nothing about such.
All right, so that'll knock you down to 2. So now we're evened up. And now I'm thinking, before my turn ends, do I want to Ragamuffin's Hat? And I think I do. The game's pretty much over. So I'm going to go ahead and crack that bad boy. I'm going to draw this card. And do we put this in hand? No, but we are going to put that, bad boy. Oh, actually, no, what we could do is we could put this one on the bottom. Yeah, we're going to try to go big brain. We're gonna put this one on the bottom. And then we'll go ahead and Arsenal and end the turn. Draw up to 4. And pass on over to you. So you got a full grip, probably got a bunch of Dominators in there, and I'm just waiting to see them.
The thing about Oldham is, and sometimes with other Guardians, is you sometimes get stuck with some blues.
This is true. You got to run a lot of blues to make it work, so I can see that.
Definitely what's going on. So what we're going to try to do is hope you just drew a bunch of 2 blocks. So we're going to play an Entwine Ice, pitching a Thump, 1 float, and we're going to fuse it. Coming in for 4 Dominate.
4 Dominate. Well, I did have a card that can block for 3.
So you do.
I do. So I assume no reactions here. I'm going to go to 1.
Correct.
All right, I will go 1. Boop. And then, yeah, that's definitely a wipe of the brow. Thought I was going to get taken out there.
Yeah, and now I am concerned at being at 2 life against Runeblade.
I would say that that's not a bad idea or a bad thing to think. So how can we do this? So, so let's start off our turn with a blue Entwine Lightning. We're gonna pitch a blue Lightning Surge. I don't have to pitch. Hey, just kidding. I'm going to show you that. That was why I was going to fuse with that. So this is the blue guy. This is going for 2. I'm going to go ahead and fuse and give that go again. So coming in for 2 with go again. I got 1 card in hand, or sorry, 2 cards in hand and 1 in arsenal. You know, 1 is a Lightning Surge. So coming in for 2.
Actually, gonna block with I'm gonna block with 2 cards.
Okay. All right.
2 thumps.
2 thumps will fully. Well, yeah. So, do you want to throw in that Mark of Lightning right now? Let me take a gander back at what we got here going on. Yeah, we're going to. Oh, see. So you got 2 cards in hand, 1 in arsenal, right?
Correct.
I'm trying to. Yeah, okay. So we'll go ahead and crack Mark of Lightning to poke you for 1, as it was blocked from your hand. So any reactions to that bad boy?
To the Mark of Lightning, no.
Okay, all right. So that's going to go ahead and poke you for 1.
Down to 1.
All right, so then I will get an embodiment. I don't know if that's going to matter. We'll see. That'll happen. All right, so my next trick, out of arsenal, we will do a red Entwine.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. What?
Yeah. I had no reactions to Mark.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any attack reactions?
Outside of popping that guy, no.
Okay. I'm going to pitch a blue. I'm playing Magic all of a sudden.
Okay.
Blue ice card to
Yep.
put a card from your hand on top of your library.
Sure thing. Now, how do I want to play this? That guy is going to be there. I think I can just put that guy on top. Yeah, put that guy on top. So he's on top.
All right.
All right. So now may I proceed?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So we're going to come in with a red Entwine Lightning from Arsenal, showing you that Lightning Surge again. So this one's going to be coming in for 4 with Go Again from the Fusion.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was you thought it was the Lightning Press, didn't you? Because I wasn't sure.
No, I figured you put the Lightning Press back on top. I think you win this because you have Go Again, right?
I do have Go Again, and yeah, so coming in for 4, and then I'm going to be, well, I mean, who knows what I'm going to do.
I assume you're going to swing that sword for 4 and 4, or 2 and 2.
I can't actually do that, so I did not play a non-attack action here. So all I got is my Lightning Surge or my weapon. So I don't know. Maybe you're around still.
I don't know. So it's coming in for 4.
Coming in for 4. Yep, 4 with Go Again.
So I'm going to block for 3.
Okay. Obviously, I have no reactions to that, so I'll pass over to you.
And I'll play and give it +3.
Okay, all right. Well, that's going to fully block that bad boy, so no embodiments of Earth there. And then, I guess that makes, thinking about it, I could either attack with a Lightning Surge or pitch to swing with Rosetta. So we're going to go ahead
you win, my friend.
yeah, I think it doesn't matter. So we'll go ahead and poke in for 2 damage with a Thorn. So that was a really tight game. I have to say, out of the non-mirrors that I had, that was phenomenally close. I was actually thinking, like, you had one turn that you just kind of, it was that one. What did you do? You just attacked with that blue Autumn's Touch. If that was any other card, I think this would have swung in your favor.
Yeah, that was rough. I went back through my pool after I got some more sealed experience, and I had a pretty good Briar pool, but that's not hard to do.
It is not. It's if you get enough stuff that's going to throw Arcane down the way and enough stuff that can block well, yeah.
I enjoyed playing Oldham. It was it was pretty good.
What was do you have any like really powerful cards pulled?
No, I had a rough pull.
Yeah.
I did get a Sting, which
yeah,
I should have definitely played. And I had a lot of lightning, including a red and a blue ball lightning.
No,
and
geez.
I had 3 Bramble Sparks, 2 of which are red.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Sigil and a Singeing Steelblade.
That's a better.
So I had a pretty good Briar pool, which I should have.
It's a better Briar pool than mine.
best for last. I did pull 3 Ragamuffin hats.
Oh wow, that's a special place in Fab there. Three silly hats that don't really do a lot.
They make you make bad choices, I think.
They do, but it's funny because like I found that in no game. Actually, this is the first game where that actually did help me a little bit because
the card's not terrible. It's just like I would much rather have another headpiece.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, like the plume would have been great. I would have been happy to get that as well. Like this is the first time where I actually did sink the Lightning Press to the bottom there because I was worried about not being able to block.
No, that's smart
enough. And then the top card was that red Entwined Lightning, and then ended up drawing into another Entwined Lightning. So that was the first time it actually mattered. But yeah, no, my rares were all I got. I didn't get anything above that. 2 Lightning Presses, Sigil of Suffering, and a Weave Lightning, and that was all I could really like power with. Outside of that, it was
still makes a solid pool.
It does, and like I had two Bramble Sparks, yellow and a blue Bramble Spark, so that wasn't too bad. But
I did have a foil turn Timber, so that's a game changer. I had to play it.
That is very true.
It was a blast, though, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. Did you get pull any cold foils in the pool?
No, I did not.
All right. Well,
not in this pull, but I pulled a Seeds, Crown of Seeds, in a draft at the Calling.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really lovely.
That was not bad.
No.
My nationals showing was not fantastic. I had a great Lexi deck, but I came up against someone who had an even better Oldham deck in draft.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
That's
it was really great experience. I played in 4 colonies this year.
oh, that is shoot, that's gonna get you better like loads. Like I wish I could have gone to anything this year because I mean that's like it's definitely different than your locals, right? Your locals are a certain level
No,
of competition, right? But it's just nothing compared to when you go to a calling.
oh, for sure. And just the experience of seeing like meeting someone at RTN I went to Colorado for.
Mm-hmm.
It was a friend's store, so I flew out and I went to RTN and meeting the person that won at Nationals in Orlando was just it's a weird feeling because I see people all around the country and then we all converged in Orlando. And it unfortunately like you couldn't make it. I was hoping to meet a bunch of people, but
Yeah.
one thing that does ring true, you have no time to socialize with these tournaments.
I believe that. I do believe that.
It is, as they say, game time.
Yeah, because I
you
mean,
can socialize in between and here and there, and it's just it's rough to do it during the day.
yeah, I feel like it's got to be your night, and then your night is like, cool. Well, if I'm
And you have to be
actually
smart, right? You have
yeah,
to be smart with your nights.
yeah, because like, shoot, if I'm playing the next day, like, I don't want to go out and stay out late because that's gonna not be great for tomorrow morning. So yeah, no, I totally I sympathize with that. I mean, I've gone to a couple GPs and I never played the main events because I never was really into that. I was more into just grinding limited side events and stuff like that, and that was all the fun I had. But yeah, I can't
I ended up
imagine.
doing that in Dallas, and that was super fun.
Yeah,
Shapeshifter Sealed, I believe, is the best format in Flesh and Blood.
I've heard that is a very fun event. I
2
can't imagine.
WTR, 2 Monarch, and 2 Toa. So playing a Bramble Spark into a Seeds of Agony
Oh,
into like an engulfing light into Rosetta is pretty good.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
It'll prove real quick why there's classes in Flesh and Blood for sure.
Yeah, I think if it was all, I mean, you gotta have something, right? You can't just be all the same cards for everyone, because then, like, just as in Magic, like, you have to split the colors up, or otherwise it's like,
Oh yeah, the color pie exists for
Yeah.
a reason, and same thing with classes. I mean,
Yeah.
it would just be too much. But I can't say how much I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, thank you so much for making the time. I'm sorry it was kind of short notice, but I'm glad we were able to get this match in. And,
Oh no, man, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next set.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Tusible of War, as they're calling it. I guess we're gonna get
I
some.
like that.
Yeah,
It's a little bit better than Crew 2, even though they're both good.
I do like that one as well. So it looks like next Tuesday actually is we're going to get some information on that set. So hopefully we'll have some fun stuff coming out then. I don't know when the set's actually coming. Have you heard anything? It's just Q1 is all they're saying right now,
No,
right?
they say Q1. There's a weird like a date for a banned and restricted announcement in December. So I thought that was weird that there's a weird date out there. But I definitely believe it's going to be Q1. It's hopefully they don't wizard the coast us and just be like, oh, here's 3 products at Christmas. Figure it out.
Yeah, no, I feel that is definitely not in their realm. I mean, not only because I don't think they're about that kind of product saturation, and I also think that they can't get it printed.
That's fair.
So
I'm still trying to figure out what happened to the U.S. Carta Monday printers.
maybe they didn't like the quality, or is it shut down
That's
also
fair.
for is WotC also shut down for those ones too?
I'm not sure, but it's I thought that in Vegas we were going to have TOA cards from the U.S. and they were not.
Oh,
so in first edition was supposed to be printed in the U.S. From what I believe I read, the mind is funny. I could be wrong, but that did not happen.
Interesting.
But we'll know soon enough, man.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for stopping by, and definitely we should do this again
Sure.
for any reason, and then hopefully we have some events around these parts that we can actually hang out and meet each other in person.
For sure, man.
Cool.
All right. Have a great night.
All right, you too. See you later. Cheers.
See ya.
All righty. Well, that was a wonderful match with Josh from Open Armory. So thank you again to Josh for making the time. I know that I was like out of nowhere that I asked for that match, but managed to get it in there and nail it to the floor. So I think that's probably going to do it for the stream for tonight. I got a armory event I got to prep for, and again, the technology held up. I think I wasn't actually watching my camera very much tonight, so I hope it was all right for, excuse me, everyone viewing that. So, Dig Dug, if you're still around, I hope that was looking okay. I know you're still at work, so you probably couldn't watch all that much, but otherwise, yeah. So that was the match for tonight and the game for tonight. So. Next week, I'm hoping, as we said early on in the stream, we're hoping to get our last of the Blitz Precon decks thrown into action, so I can start working a little bit harder on. I haven't worked on the Lexi one yet. I started working on the other two upgrades, budget upgrades. We're doing the budget upgrades that are basically the. I think we're limiting it to. I can't remember what I wrote down. It's either 2 copies of a single Majestic or 2 Majestics with 2 copies each. There, I'm not sure which one's which, but ultimately, like we wanna play with what is in the deck. We don't want to just make the deck completely busted. Like again, if we're upgrading a Briar deck, we don't want to make it Cheerios, even if that's not the best deck for Blitz. That's the obvious choice maybe at this point, but that's all. That's all about that. So we'll figure that out, but we'll get those upgrades coming. So I know, Dig Dug, if you have had a chance to get these ones, I know you picked up the Monarch ones. If you want to check back, we did do upgrade videos for those. Again, that was at a different time where the budget cards, because Monarch was so less available at that time, Majestics were not a couple dollars. They were more like $10 to $20. So the budget really had an impact. Then as soon as Unlimited came out, it went down. So we'll see about that, but good. I'm glad it went smooth. That's really good. I'm glad. But yeah, so if you wanted to watch or wanted to get a new deck, we're gonna have those upgrades coming out soon. So I wanted to say that there. So again, thank you for sticking around and having a good time. Again, shout out to Josh from Open Armory. If you haven't hopped on over there to their YouTube page, let me throw that link in the chat because I have the power to do that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, definitely check them out. Yeah, grab that right now. So you can have a link to his channel and go ahead and check out his content. He's only got a few videos, but I think he's starting to build more. Mostly, he's just really just getting after going to the events, which is really quite awesome. I gotta appreciate that. I wish I could have made it to some other events. So hopefully I can meet him in the future. But that is his YouTube channel. So go ahead and check him out, give him a subscribe, and enjoy the content. So yeah, that'll be about it for this evening. So check them out, and that's gonna be about it for this evening. So I want to say thank you to everyone, and we will be back next Tuesday, hopefully with some more fab action. Until then, I don't actually have a slogan. I guess it used to be you can only outlast as a sorcery, but that doesn't really fit for a fab stream, so I'll have to work on that. So I guess it'll just have to be like a good night and cheers. Yeah, we'll stick with that. So we'll see you next week. Good night and cheers.